What is up, football fans? I am Jason Burgos for Sportsnaut, and I have the pleasure of being joined by not only one of the greatest tight ends, but one of the greatest receivers in San Francisco 49ers history. He is here to talk his new memoir, Playing Ball, and that is the one and only Vernon Davis. Senor Davis, thank you so much for the time today.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So first, talk to me about what made you decide to put together this book, because it's become pretty common. You'll see a lot of star athletes write memoirs, a lot of celebrities do the same thing. What are the biggest messages and advice you are hoping a reader takes away from the book?
For me, it's all about giving back, and there's so many different ways to give back. But I feel like my story is so compelling that when people read this book, they'll see beyond the football player, beyond the helmet, and they can understand like that being a human being is normal. Like you do normal things. You cry, you laugh, you smile, you you take chances on being in your career path, right? And you understand that along the way, even though you set goals, that can change in any given moment. I want them to see that. Those are the things that I take them through along my journey up until now. And it couldn't have been a better time to write a book than today, right now, in this present time.
And we want people to buy this book. It's going to be available all over the place, and not giving away too much. And you've done a ton of interviews. Your career and life has been chronicled throughout, your NFL career. But what are maybe one or two things in the book that maybe people don't realize about you that they'll find out in the book?
I don't think people realize that I am. Gosh, I don't think they realize how creative I am.
Okay.
The creativity runs through my blood. My granddad was an artist, and as you're well aware, that being an artist doesn't stop at one genre. Like an artist is a musician, a painter, an actor, a nail tech, a prosthodontist. Like everything's artist, everything. It's all in creativity. How creative you can be. But I want them to see that. I want them to know that it's okay to be that way. Because when I was in high school, a lot of kids were, including myself, we were afraid to pursue the arts because you wasn't a part of the cool kid club. You were walking around school with an easel in your hand or a paintbrush, right? You had to be doing something different, like basketball, football, or cheerleader. It just wasn't cool. But when they read my book, they can get out of that mindset, and the younger generation that's behind me, they can learn something. They can learn that it's okay. It's okay to vibrate high right now.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, if you think about it, like those who wanted to be who were a part of the drama class back when they were in grade school or junior high school, it wasn't considered cool. But now that they're on the big screen, they're working with Paramount and Amazon and things of that nature, everyone wants to be them. Everyone wants to watch them.
Yeah.
But they were laughing at them before.
Yep.
So why not do what you think is cool now, right, when you're younger?
Yeah.
So we can erase that. We can erase that. We can create more opportunities for people just by them getting away from that fear that they have inside their heart.
A part of the book talks about how Mike Singletary's infamous "I want winners" rant 2008, and your relationship with him after, had a huge impact on you. We are in an era where, there's a lot more player-friendly coaches in NFL and other sports coddling a little bit more than ever before. Singletary was kind of like a dying breed. Do you feel the NFL or other sports kind of lack that classic kick you in the butt coach, or maybe like a Dan Campbell was just kind of somewhere in the middle is kind of where the sport needs to go, that may be too much player-friendly?
No, I think a lot of sports. I think what we have is just. I think it's all predicated on that person, right? A lot of sports. I mean, there's some tough sports. Hockey's tough. Rugby's tough. Basketball's tough. But it just so happened that was part of my experience.
Okay.
Singletary rant. That I was it. a part of. It was just part of my experience. But I think there's coaches, tough coaches in every sport.
You've made the transition into being a producer, actor since retiring, including a role opposite Morgan Freeman as a serial killer in the film Ritual Killer. Talk to me about your process to grow as an actor. Did you go to classes and do a lot of that and stuff to get your skills better? Is your approach like many other actors? Are you pulling from, deep life experiences, and that's, stuff that'll come up in the book?
That's a great question. When I first started acting, I thought I can just go out and just act. I thought acting was just getting in front of the camera and trying to just do certain things. But no, that is not acting. Acting is reacting. Is living under, doing something in your imagination, bringing your imagination and your past experiences into a work of art and making it something wonderful. That's what it is. And my process has been finding an acting coach. I've been through 4 or 5 different acting coaches, and I'm still working with an acting coach. Every time I have an audition, I work with an acting coach. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I'm working with an acting coach, just continuing to stay consistent, because it's all about staying consistent, right? And it's easy for someone to land some big movies, big films, and become really good at the craft, but what about the work that you put in to get here? Yeah. You should continue to do that. It doesn't matter how good you are. And I learned that in football. As I continue to get better and better and better, I still needed to be coachable. I still needed to work on certain things. And I carried that with me along the way. So that's been my process. I've been able to bring experiences in football over into this field that I'm in now.
What's the long-term goal with like the acting and the producing? Because I'm cover wrestling, and then, for example, like The Rock, big movie star, big blockbuster movies. A guy like John Cena has been a little bit everything, getting his brand out there, expanding all over the place. A guy like Dave Bautista has done smaller things, Blade Runner, the Dune movies, more artsy, kind of real in-depth stuff. What's your goal? Do you want to do a bit of everything? Do you want the serious stuff? Do you want to become a big movie star? Is this, or just for fun? And you're good money, you're just trying to expand on your art.
I just want to do what makes me happy. It's not that I'm trying to become anything. I'm just having fun and exploring. When you do something and you love it, I mean, you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
So whether that's a movie star or not, I'm just doing what I love doing. There's no, the end goal is to just be great at everything that I touch, right? And that comes over time. It doesn't come overnight. But having fun and being great at it. And when you become great at something, it's rewarding because of the accolades that you receive from putting the work in. Yeah. You become an example. You become an inspiration for people. So that's all I want. I mean, I'm not doing it for any particular reason but that. And to just have fun with what I'm doing.
So if Marvel comes calling with the role, is Vernon Davis listening or not?
Oh yeah, I'll take a Marvel role for sure. That'll be fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Of course, I got to ask football questions or my bosses will get mad. One of the biggest stories, for your a 49ers legend has been the whole Brandon Aiyuk contract dispute stuff. I think a lot of fans don't understand a player's perspective on getting like those key details to certain things on a contract. They're seeing as, they're just fighting over more millions. They're already millionaires. But explain to fans like the daily struggle of an NFL athlete during the season and why getting that proper compensation, especially like in a walk year, the final year contract, is so important to NFL players.
I think anytime you're in negotiations, it's always going to be a battle. Whether it's everything's a negotiation. Before you get, when you're putting a prenuptial agreement together before you get married, that's a negotiation. When you have a company who wants to sign you to an endorsement deal, that's a negotiation. So it's not anything that's new. And as a player, you want to get as much as you possibly can. It's a business, right? Why take 5 when you can get 10? So fight for it. You got to fight for it. Just like the organization on the other side, they're fighting on what they want to compensate you. Because they want to be favored. in the negotiation, right? If they
Yep.
can pay you 5, then when they know you, if 10 is the cap, right? But they can pay you 5, then they save a lot of money. They can use that money in other areas to grow their business. So why not do that? So it's this and that, it's push and pull, and I understand both sides.
You played, your final 4 seasons Washington, and there has been a ton of negative press that came out over the years, how the organization is run under former owner Daniel Snyder. As a person, you were part of the 49ers franchise. This is viewed as a well-run organization. Like during your time with Washington, did you see anything so like, yeah, that's odd, I didn't get that? Or do you think they just kind of got a bad rap? They tried the right things, it just didn't work out for them?
Yeah, I think they tried. I mean, every owner is always trying to run a business effectively, but sometimes it don't work that way. There's better owners than others. Than some. That's just the way it is. It's just business. It's like why is Chick-fil-A running their business better than Burger King?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all you know what I mean. It's all whoever the owner is behind that franchise.
Yeah.
So that's just what we have, and as a player, you can see and feel the difference. Then I can tell there was a big difference between the 49ers and the Commanders.